Namaste everybody. Now we are in the 26th part of the Mahabharata series where the title is Do you know Rahu slipped from its position? That is the derivation that I am getting from the fifth nimitta of Karna. He says Rahur Arkam Upeshyati. This is told along with the Somasya Lakshma. We have already discussed it. That is the mark on the moon had shifted, and immediately he said Rahur Arkam Upeshyati. A similar one was also given by Vyasa. I already told most of the problematic verses have been given twice by Vyasa. Here Vyasa says, Abhikshanam kampate bhumir arkam rahus tatagrasat. It was told in the same context like Shvetograha, that is moon, had gone, that is has transgressed, chitram samatikramya tishtati, which we already discussed. Let us see what all this about. And then this Rahu Arkam Upeshyati means Rahu Graha. Arka means the sun. Upeshyati means just will go, will approach. And this is interpreted by some people as eclipsing. It goes towards, that's what is being told. It's in future tense, that's all. And then we have to explain whether it can go towards the sun in the month of Kartika, because this was told in the month of Kartika. For that, I'll just give you a logical explanation, right? This is the time of the Kaliyuga beginning, that is 3101 BCE, when all the planets had congregated at the beginning of Ashwini, except Rahu. Rahu was in Kanya Rashi at that time. So, this is this zodiac, the southern style. The Mesha Rashi starts here, Mesha, Rishabha, Mithuna, like this. It comes here to Scorpio or Vrischika, where the Kartika month occurs. That is, the sun was in this position only at the time of the discussion between Karna and Krishna. So here I am showing you Rahu-Ketu axis between Meena Rashi and Kanya Rashi only. So there is something called the Saros cycle of 18 years of the Rahu-Ketu, which means Rahu-Ketu, they will be always opposite to each other, 180 degrees apart. They will come back to that same position only after 18 years because it takes 1.5 years for each of them to transit a Rashi here. So 1.5, it is counted like that. So totally 18 years it takes. And then 18 rings something in our mind because double the time, that is 36. And the 36th year after the Mahabharata war, Kaliyuga started. So 35-year gap was there. So that means 36th year before the Kaliyuga, Mahabharata war had taken place. That was the time when this kind of axis only must have been there, right? So 18 years ago, it would have been here. And in another 18 years or even 17 years you take, because there is a 35-year gap. So in which case, 1 degree, one sign that side or one sign here only it could have come. But definitely not in Kartika. That is this axis. Scorpio and Taurus axis. It could not have been the Ketu here or Rahu here could not have been there or another 35 years before the Kali Yuga. But what do our people are saying, particularly the 3067 researchers, there are triple eclipses. When? In Kartika and in Margashira. This is Margashira. See, suppose if they say Tular Masa, there is a chance. At least we can assume Rahu could have been here 35 or 36 years ago. But they say in Kartika and Margashira that triple eclipses have taken place. Actually, there is no mention of eclipses that we will see. But to form the eclipses, Rahu must be here or Ketu must be here. It is absolutely not possible. That is what we can derive from the simple logic of where it were, that is a Rahu and Ketu were during the beginning of the Kali Yuga, and where they could have been at the time of the Mahabharata war. Definitely not in Kartika. And coming to the verse that Rahur Arkam Upeshyati, I am explaining that this is Rahu. This is the sun, Arka. See, the sun always moves in the clockwise direction. The Rahu moves in the anti-clockwise direction. And here I have given the names of the stars in which the sun was moving one by one. Like I am taking from Swati, Vishaka, Anusha, and Jyeshta. In Karthika Maasa, it was in they expected Amavasya and Jyeshta, isn't it? Krishna expected. So I am putting it here in Jyeshta. So if Rahu has to move towards the sun, it should be before that. That is either Mula or Purashada, Uttarashada, Shravana, somewhere here only. Then only it can move forward. Whereas if it moves forward like that, that is to anti-clockwise direction towards the sun, it's not a nimitta, it's a normal occurrence. So what did they say? What did he mean by that? Like it had gone towards the sun. I'm showing this picture to you now. Please take a attentive look at it. I am showing the ecliptic here. Ecliptic is where you see the sun moving. That's actually the path of the earth. But since we cannot see the movement of the earth, we are seeing the movement of the sun only. And so we are placing the path of the sun as the ecliptic. This is shown in red color. And the sun moves in the clockwise direction. This is the blue color one is the moon's path. It also moves in the clockwise direction, but the moon's orbit is slightly inclined to the plane of the ecliptic by 5 degrees. So it is inclined here. The point of intersection of the ecliptic and the moon's orbit is known as Rahu or Ketu. Where the Rahu will be actually moving in the anti-clockwise, where it is moving upward above the ecliptic towards the other. That is known as the northern direction. In the space, there is no directions, north, south. But we assume like if anything above the ecliptic is north, below the ecliptic is south. So the Rahu will always be shifting like this up to this. Once it reaches here, then it will start moving downwards. So Ketu, then the movement of the Ketu below, movement of the Rahu always will be on the upper side only. But here Rahu should move towards the sun. That's what Karna has told. So if Rahu has moved from R to R1, this direction which is against nature, if it happens, that means the lunar orbit itself has moved. In that case, the moon will be also moving. That is the Samatikramya, what the Vyasa has told. It will just transgress its place. From its original location, it has moved to suddenly moved to another location. This has happened. This has gone to clockwise, which is the nimitta, which is something odd, extraordinary. This was what told. This was told by Karna as Gara afflicting Chitra beforehand, and Amavasya in Trayodashi, and moon transgress to Chitra as told by Vyasa. So these kind of differences, when we are looking at the simulation, for the date, September 2nd, 3136 BCE, the Pushya Nakshatra, when the Dhumaketu has stood, that time we can see that Rahu was before. It could not have been here, right? And the sun was here in Kartika. So Rahu must have been next to Pushya, that is in moon, but it has come to Magha Nakshatra. So it has slipped towards it. How could have Karna made out the slipping? So I told you from north to south. So it would have been going in the northern. You can see the movement of the waxing moon. You can watch even now. Nowadays also you can watch because it's Rahu is in Kumbha Rashi only. So almost by midnight or by 9 o'clock or so, it will be coming overhead only. The crossing point. Until then, it will be in one direction from say from the southern part of it, and then it will be moving to northern part of it. So that change, that is within 1 or 2 days only, the moon should have changed the direction. Normally, the sun moon's direction from east to west, I mean west to east during the waxing phase, will not be a straight line. It will be an across, seen from the from India. I tell you, I don't know about the foreign countries. From our latitudes, it will be seen like that. So Karna also must have seen that. It's instead of going in the regular path, it had suddenly shifted at the other side. That is, it has changed the direction. So that means the Rahu had moved fast. It as if it is going to meet the sun. That's what he has meant by that. So what we are seeing, the position of Rahu, that is as it is today, was not there before September 2nd, 3136 or Karthika Krishna Shashti in the year 3136 BCE. So the Rahu's position has changed once forever. That is why in Rama's horoscope, whoever was born before that, even Krishna's date we don't have exactly, but it is Rama's Jataka is given in Valmiki Ramayana. You can, but Rahu Ketu positions are not given. But people assume that Ketu was in the 12th house. We cannot get it that way. Because from now onwards, we are just extrapolating the same simulation, we are extrapolating to the past. So it will show as per the current position of the Rahu. Whereas Rahu's position was slightly towards the anti-clockwise direction. During Ramayana also it would have been there. But you cannot recreate it in the Ramayana also. That's what I'm coming to say. And Rahu-Ketu position was not as before. And then to recap what we have talked on Uttara Palguni Day, after this discussion, Krishna left with Hastinapura. Did the Amavasya occur on the seventh day as told by Krishna? Did the Amavasya occur in a Jyeshta Nakshatra? Or did it occur 2 days before on the fifth day in Vishaka Nakshatra as expected by Karna? We will see it in the upcoming parts. With this, we are completing the 26th part. And before leaving, I request you to share this video with your friends. Thank you very much.